blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
In the center.
Ooh-wee. It is Friday night once again, and you know where we're at. We're on the center. Salute everybody. I'm known as the Veep.
What's happening?
We got Mike Precise. We got D-Ray, the producer. And we got my man, who was our special guest, is Greg Luster in the house. Gentlemen, man, how y'all doing, man?
Man, who the heck let Greg Luster in here?
I think they should get fired, whoever let me in here.
Hey, man, nah, they should get flogged and fired. What's going on, Greg Luster?
Man,
what's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Just living life, man. How y'all doing?
Maintaining, brother. Maintaining.
That's what's up.
Blessed. So, every week, as you know, we drop we drop a producer track. So the producer track for today is our girl Sharita. And Sharita is not in yet, but she will be. And I'm going to go ahead and drop that for you. This one she calls is Manifesto. This is fire. I might have to turn it up.
I got it.
Okay. Rich Money, what's up, my brother? Welcome to the show. Yeah, Sharita come out swinging again.
Yeah.
Man, right?
Go ahead, Greg. I know you want to say something.
Listen.
Hey, I ain't gonna steal your thunder if you're gonna drop. Be my guest. That track is fire.
It's always amazing to me how different producers have different styles that you just don't see where, you don't see it coming until it's actually there.
Facts.
Like Sharita has a real Latin rhythmic background that translates into even how she cuts a sample.
Mm-hmm.
Translates even into her choice of mate.
Yes.
That part.
Shout out to Jose Sugar Shack.
My man.
¿Qué pasa, mi amigo? ¿Cómo estás?
Cuidado.
Hey, if y'all don't know, you can go to, where's it at? Let me go and drop this promo while we're already there. Y'all can hear Sugar Shack 3 times a week, 2 times each of those days on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's DJ Sugar Shack in the building. And that's hubby to Sharita right there. But yeah, check out blastradio247.com, where we are the champion of indie music. Yes, indeed. And also, if you are an artist or you are an independent spoken word poet that would like to get some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register for free. But if you're also a fan of music, you too can register at blastmusic247.com. Sign up as an unlimited fan and get access to hundreds of independent music. You see the QR code, break out your smartphone, go ahead and scan it, and it'll bring you to blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time. Oh, yeah. That track is fire, fellas. What you think?
Super dope.
Drink some water for that.
Word.
Super dope. Me personally, it's like I'm a piggyback off of what you were saying earlier. It's crazy how you can put 4 producers in one room with the same track or same sample, and each one of them will cut it different. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just amazing.
And to expound on that, Quincy Jones said one time that in all of human history, there's only 7 musical notes, right? It's only A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's it. From the first time that a human being accidentally hit something and made a tone up until like just about 15 minutes ago with some kid that's made a beat in their room, it's only 7 notes. But the human mind is so complex when it comes to creativity and imagination and frequency and how we hear this and how we hear that. My only problem with this track is I'm analyzing it too much. So now it's like, what can I do to steal a little bit of that essence? You know? But I will also say this. You could tell a producer by the fruit that they bear.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of people out here that are saying they're producers, but real talk, Mike Precise come in with the graffiti, whatever that is in the background. But you got a lot of producers out here that call themselves producers but don't produce. Yeah. And you can actually tell, like I said, by the fruit that they bear. And in some cases, they might not produce as much as you want them to, Sharia, but nonetheless, when they do, they do.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So for those, I'm sorry, you got something, Mike?
Oh no, I was just saying.
Yeah, hot facts. So for those that don't know, this is my man Greg Luster, one of the dopest MCs that I know out there representing North Carolina, and producers. That's right. Yep. And do you actually make other music for other people, or is it you just make your own music?
So I do, like, if people wanting to collab, or if people wanting whatever, I'm down for whatever. I've actually collab with people plenty of times. But here lately, I've just been, what I'm saying?
Where my track at?
I still got it. Don't worry about it. It's coming. I got you.
Something was in my throat. I'm so sorry. I think it was a little hate that was in my throat, but I got it out though. I got
it. D, while you was talking, I got a notification that just came up that Greg, you just dropped something. Some notification just came up. Gregory Lester.
I dropped something?
Yeah, it said Gregory Lester, something about the OJs. Would the OJs approve or something?
Oh, yeah. That's the little beat that I made.
I actually have that here to showcase because... What up, P? What's happening, man?
What's up, P?
Yeah.
I was going to jokingly call it the Book of Greg. Just to showcase a little bit of what Greg Luster does when he's in the lab. So let me mute this for a second. This is the Book of Greg.
I got something right now.
Say word, boy.
I got something right now.
Hey, to answer the question, would the OJ approve? Maybe. Does Blast approve? Hell yeah.
Hey, that's what's up. That's all that matters.
The
Yeah,
Senate
man.
All that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, that was dope.
Facts.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it.
No doubt, P. It was fire.
Appreciate that.
No doubt.
What's it gonna take to clear? What's it gonna take to clear that?
I don't even want to know, to be honest with you. I don't even want to know.
Even Greg's actually got big on that one. He's like,
well, you know, who knows, man? I think the way that you do it, and I think your approach. Oh God, you see what this?
damn. He is wild.
Hey man, you've been here 15 seconds. We about to ban you from this show.
Yo,
So
Red,
rich, man.
right? That was fire, right?
Yeah,
No doubt.
well, yeah,
No
well,
doubt.
yeah.
Hey.
Man. You made me forget what I was gonna say.
I know you were talking about clearing it. And you said what's going to take.
No, your strategy, I think is, thank you. I think your strategy is a good one because really what you're doing is sort of demonstrating how it could be done.
Yeah.
And there have been many of a producer that caught the ear of somebody and was like, might not work for the OJs, but hey, try this record, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it'll work.
I thought it was straight fire.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. That's why I had to showcase it, because I'm like, I didn't clear it with Greg as far as letting him know I was going to do it, but I'm like, bro, what they say is it's better to ask for permission than it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. So that's I went down them lines.
I'm with it. Hey, I'm with it because I mean, at the end of the day, I wouldn't have posted it if I ain't want nobody to see it. So
that part.
And if it did make him mad, he would have never told you on the podcast. He'd have just hemmed me up in the supermarket parking lot. Hey. You know, I'd have been like, "Oh, it's like Wayne Brady."
No.
Break yourself, fool! It's Greg Luster.
Did you tell him that you seen me at Zaxby's?
Yeah. Look, man, I run into this dude at Zaxby's. I feel like every time I see him, I feel like I don't caught a leprechaun, and I'm looking for a pot of gold. It's like, where my autograph at? Because you're a celebrity now.
Man, you run too much on it.
I run into this dude in the drugstore. It's weird.
He said it's weird. That's hilarious.
That's funny.
It's my man though, for real. And not to really just gas his head up because he knows I love him, but y'all really need to see Greg perform because Greg is a performer, right? He is an actual epitome of an MC. So if y'all ever get a chance to see this brother, man, go out and check him out for real.
No doubt.
No doubt. I mean, when you make good videos, typically you're a good performer. Typically you can translate onto a stage also.
Yeah.
So yeah, your videos is nice. No doubt the stage is nice.
Thanks.
I appreciate that, man. Real talk.
No doubt. Hey, maybe they got me a free chicken tender from Zaxby's next time you see me.
Not the thumbs down. Hold up. You got the iPhone speaking for him. That's crazy. All right. So listen, there was a segment that I had last week that was called This Is That. I actually had one more from last week I didn't get to because we had so much content. So for those that don't know, this is just a taste of what This and That is. So this episode of This and That, this is going to be storytellers. I'm putting
I hate you already. I hate you already, Veep, because I know you up to something.
This is the way I do it. I put two songs that are classics together, and I cause an unnecessary beef that came out of nowhere. So in this case, this is two great storytellers. I'll let you check it over. You tell me, is it this or that you like best? Check it out.
trim, slim, and I'm also light skin. Best believe Mona's a virgin. A virgin? Honey needed a slap. She tried to tell me she's a virgin with a yay white gap. I said, it don't matter, see, I'm not picky. What? Let me spell my name out for you, it's Ricky. R, ravishing, impressive, courageous or careless. Yeah. For the Kangos which I've got that I wear every day. And why not? Suffice not right that I recite tonight. Quite polite like Walter Cronkite. Well, just about then, Trevor, my friend, came in. He said, hey Rick, don't you know playing with these snakes is a sin? He grabbed me by my shirt and pulled me right out the store. He said, I don't want to see you playing with these lowlights no more. Now come along, we have a party to attend with some real mature women and some more of our friends. He held down a cab and he waited for a minute, and as the cab came, he thrusted me in it. And as we were leaving it, jelly not long, I could hear a melody as Mona sang a song.
If you see me walking down the street and I start to cry,
he reached his father with his hands up, rehabilitated slightly, glad to be the man's child. The world is different since he's seen it last. Out of jail, been 7 years, and he's happy that he's free at last. All he had was his mother's letters. Now he's mobile, and he's gotta make a change and make it full effect. But he's black, so he's got one strike against him. And he's young, plus he came up in the system. But he's smart, and he's finally making 18. And his goal's to get on top and try to stay clean. So he's calling up his homie who came up, living lavish. Now they dealing with the same stuff, and had that attitude that who he was worth playing. And with that fucked up attitude, he killed his first man. Now it's different, he did dirt, and realized killing it meant coming up, but it still hurt. And can't nobody change this. It's 1994, and we up against the same shit. I never understood why I could never see a man cry till I seen a man die.
Alrighty. So
You horrible. You horrible for that.
I know. So is it this or that? I'm gonna go with my man Greg, since you're a guest. Greg, who won the storyteller for you?
This.
Slick Rick.
This. Yeah.
What is it about Slick Rick for you?
I like his me personally, I love his, overall cadence. I love I love the way that he makes his voice change. I love that. I mean, it's just, I love his overall flow, period. And yeah, it's, for me, it's easy for me. Even though, you know what I'm saying, I'm not saying no disrespect to that, but that's it for me.
No doubt. What about you, Mike Precise?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think you was even going to ask me.
Everybody get a chance around here.
D, why you laughing, D?
Cause man, you messy, man. Just answer the question. Go ahead, man.
D, a place to be.
I got you.
It's
all right.
If you put top 3 storytellers of all time.
I got you. All right, D-Ray. Who you got, brother?
If you had, because first of all, when you said storytellers, I knew you was gonna put Slick Rick up. I just didn't know which one. I knew it had to be, but because you chose that particular Slick Rick song, I got to pick Scarface.
Okay.
Now, based on that particular performance and that song, with the performance in Scarface, Never Seen a Man, I got to pick Scarface. However, had you put Children's Story, I'd have just left. I'd have quit.
I figured Children's Story was too much of the low-hanging fruit, so that's why I went and did something a little different. Cause and I know where P is coming from. Scarface King on his side, so hey, that's cool. Yeah. Slick Rick was the man for me. Growing up around the Dougie Fresh era and all that, Lottie Dottie, then Slick Rick. I mean,
and he told a story so well.
Absolutely.
I woke up around 10 o'clock in the morning. I gave myself a
stretch up the
morning, went to the bathroom, took my shop, I had some stuff on my face and my pants. And I mean, it's just like, That, like you said, Greg, that cadence,
Yeah.
the fact that the tone of Slick Rick's voice is like a muted trumpet.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's really like jazz, and it's like you know what I mean? And it's like, yeah. However, in that particular track, I like Scarface track better.
See, for me, I take into consideration everything when it comes to a song. I take into consideration the beat. I take into consideration the delivery, the tone, your cadences, how you move your voice. Like if you're monotone, if you're, have some different changes in the way that your tone is. Like I'm taking into consideration everything.
Right.
And for me, Slick Rick just does it for me. Like I love his overall tone and the way that he, bounces up and down on the beat. You know what I'm saying? And his storytelling, everything. Like he makes you be like in that particular place that he's talking about. Wherever he's talking about, like he's making you see it for yourself, like vividly. So yeah.
And danceable.
Right. You said danceable?
And it's
right. I will say this though before we get to Louisiana Lyrics Lounge question, which I think is a relative one, a real good one. Think about the sound and the sonics of Slick Rick's track, which was in the 80s, and Scarface's track, which was in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's a clear definition between tape and digital.
Yeah.
And still, the Slick Rick sounded just as good, if not better, than the digital.
Right.
You know what I mean? So just something to kind of key in on.
So let's go ahead and answer this question before we do the
question.
Jam. So, who do you think is the best storyteller in today's hip hop?
Wow.
I don't know today's hip hop, to be honest. I'm just keeping it 100. So, what do you think, guys?
Today's hip hop?
Do they storytell in today's hip hop? I ain't trying to be funny. I'm asking a question.
There's rappers that do. There's rappers that do.
Default. Kendrick.
But I don't even see him as a storyteller. I see him more as a battle rapper, to be honest with you. Kendrick. I don't even, you know what I mean? I see him more as a gladiator. I don't see him as the village Gyrod, just sitting around and he's the keeper of the sword. I don't see that from him.
When he does it, it's good. When he does it, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eminem, I don't see that either.
I would say J. Cole.
Joyner?
I don't know about Joyner Lucas, but maybe.
His flow is impeccable, but
right.
I don't know if I see him as a storyteller.
Right.
Now, go ahead.
Now, I know he's not rapping anymore, so I really can't consider him today's hip hop. But my favorite, if I had to choose, would be 3 Stacks.
Yeah.
3 Stacks.
Yeah. Yeah. Wale is a good one.
I ain't even think about him. Wale. Yeah.
Now we're talking about the GOATs of all time or just our favorite. Biggie is by far my favorite storyteller. Slick Rick is a very, very close second.
Yeah.
I know El Presidente.
That's the 1 and 2. Either way, any way you flip it, that's the 1 and 2.
Facts.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, that was a dope conversation, fellas. I only had one 3000. Was Andre a storyteller?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's who I was talking about. Let me go 3 Stacks.
Okay.
Go back and listen to Sorry Miss Jackson.
Yeah.
And just listen to the story that he's telling about defiling this woman's daughter. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Every track that he was on, like he told a story for real. So
Look, hey, that flute can tell a story. I don't know the story, but that flute can tell a story.
Okay, all right. Mike Precise trying to get in the clip of the week. That's what that is. he trying to get in Instagram rotation with that one.
Hey, we need all them clicks. However we get them.
Yo, but he come back. He gonna make something real. He is making something real though.
I hope so.
All right, so check it out, fellas. I'm gonna bust our retro jam of the week.
Let's go.
This song right here. Oh my gosh, I used to kill this song. I don't know if you know this one, Mike, but anyway, these dudes from up north, these guys are called Boogie Monsters. The beginning of the end. This is a dope track. Check it out.
Living in these last days and times, check yourself and what you feed your mind. I know you can't be blind. Living in the future. Living in these last days and times, check yourself and what you feed your mind. I know you can't be blind. Living in the future. I got Armageddon weaponry like the 7th seal. Yahweh send me sound waves that you feel. Hailing fire, a burning mountain is on. And one line, a third of earth and waters are gone. Check my vocal, more hotter than sun in Acapulco. Wormwood, iniquity, splitter, make rivers get bitter. I spit a star into space and smite the moon and sun. How many worthy of heaven? No, not one. Throw the devil in the bottomless pit, judgment begin. Angel from the Euphrates, kill a third of his men. Then I change form, busting in abnormal type tactics. Flipping styles like acrobatics, so who can do what he do? Flipper style is free too, with more fat formless techniques than T2. See through fallacy with my X-ray vision. Wrecking raps inside my derby like demolition. Style switching vision, my brain splitting atoms in the track. I'm beyond critical mass, feel the lyrical blast. It's the POW in the lyric proof jacket. My quicker spray, ricochet your racket out my bracket from the attic of the Boogie Monster Shack. It's the revolutionary black hole sun on attack. Bring it back. Living in these last days and times, check yourself and what you feed your mind. I know you can't be blind. Living in the future. Living in these last days and times, check yourself and what you feed your mind. I know you can't be blind. Living in the future. Check it out, black. Bridges roadblock until my folks will sound silly, but this lockdown straight from Rhode Island to Philly as the crackdown begins. Intensity reaches to the maximum and you really get to see who is your friends. The same sneakers angle from the telephone cable. 5-0 forever patrolling. My neighborhood is never stable these days. This appears to be a concentration camp, eliminating welfare and still fishing for a victim. Cause from 200 down to 95th Street is all blackly populated, then go further downtown. It ain't debated who inhabitates the rest. Come on, we segregated, but that's right. Somebody's coming like a thief in the night. The police state technique is the practice on the cattle, on the humble for that worldwide battle. Illest when I feel it's yo Domingo, slide the faders on the base and I'ma lay it all out in their face. Most of the presidents was Masons, but one thing in mind, to keep it in the family, they must eliminate the swine, and the swine is us. And whose God do you trust is getting real about a second in the future. Living in these last days and times, check yourself and what you feed your mind. I know you can't be blind. Living in the future. Living in these last days and times, check yourself and what you feed your mind. I know you can't be blind. Living in the future. Living in these last days and times, check yourself and what you feed your mind. I know you can't be blind. Living in the future. Living in these last days and times, check yourself and what you feed your mind. I know you can't be blind. Living in the future.
I remember that track.
Of course.
One of my favorite songs.
Mm-hmm.
I used to rock over that at Alpha Flight. Remember Alpha Flight?
I did.
V. Yo, that was the spot. Greg, I wish I could put you in a time machine and bring you back to 93.
Greg, you don't want to go back to 1993.
You want to come with me? Yeah, you want to come with me.
No, you don't want to do that.
That was the spot.
Sounds like I would have been getting into some trouble.
And look, you'd have got caught up in the hood rat phase just like the rest of us. You didn't want that.
No.
You didn't want that problem.
Nah, this was like a bunch of just underground hip hop loving Christian dudes.
Not your spot, Mike Precise. I'm talking about whatever everybody else was doing in 1993.
That's what I'm saying. You got to come with me.
So yeah, that was the Boogie Monsters, the beginning of the end. That was one of my favorite songs. They have a lot of others. Definitely check them out if you've never heard of them before. So, Mike, D-Ray, even Greg, did you guys have any other topics? Because I got plenty for the main, but I just wanted to see if you guys had any topics you wanted to share.
Well,
you didn't grab that video I put in the group chat with the beat battle between the producers and one from America and one from Russia. You didn't? Did you see that this morning?
No, I did not. But if you can,
I'm gonna try to. Yeah, I got you.
All right. What about you, Mike?
How long this segment we got to chop it up with Greg? Are we gonna wait? We're gonna wait for Shrita for the Wu-Tang stuff.
Yeah, Wu-Tang is the main. We're gonna do that a little later. But that's the main. What about you, Greg? What you got going on? You got any shows that's coming up?
Nah. We in the process of just cooking up music right now. Me and the fellas are getting ready to do a what can I call it? Like a little a getaway to basically just create, get real creative and do music.
A retreat.
Pretty much, I guess you can call it that. Just me and the fellas, man. So we're gonna use that time to get away and really get in the studio and create music. So yeah, that's basically all that's coming up, is just in the process of being in the studio.
Is one of those fellas that brother Jamar Allen?
Yep. Well, no, not Jamar Allen. Jamar, the other Jamar. I know two Jamars, but Jamar Allen, he's featured on a couple of my songs that I've done. Yeah, he's another good brother too. I need to get back in the studio with him too. So
there's two of those songs I put and put on my list. I'm like, I read that about these. This just so happens this brother is featured on both of the songs that I just picked off. And
you know when Mike Precise do prep work, it's kind of spooky. you don't really expect it, and then like he's like, this Negro done did his homework. It almost feel a little bit strange, don't it, Greg? It's like,
hey, listen, that's how you supposed to do, though, man. Like,
I mean, yeah, but he just come in like the feds for real.
I don't know as much as the rest of y'all, man. I gotta catch up.
Everyone brings their degree of knowledge and experience.
Look, it's in me. That's all we care about. What's in you? It's in me. But brother, I do have a question. It's a long lasting, semi-controversial question when it comes to Bible-based Christian music. So what do you think about that CHH title, that Christian title? I'm a Christian rapper, or am I just a rapper who's Christian? What is that? How you feel about it?
I mean, it's important for me to know, for people to know that I love to rap. I'm a hip hop artist, but I'm also a Christian as well. Like I want you to know that. But at the same time, I also want you to know that just because it's Christian hip hop music, that it's not whack. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Christian hip hop artists do have Like it's some dope Christian hip hop artists out here.
Yes, there is. Lots
And
of them.
so I think that me personally, Christian hip hop, the tag or the label of CHH, it often gets a whack or a weird label, a stereotypical type of label to it. You know, they don't want to listen to it. As soon as they hear that anything is considered Christian, they're like, nah, I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want to hear him talking about Jesus and this and that, da 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 da. So, although it's very important for me to know, for you to know who I am and know who I represent, don't get it twisted. Like we can still get these bars in, you know what I'm saying? So
that's right. That's how I feel about it. That's the same way. You know, if everybody can talk, they talk. Well, I'm gonna talk my talk too.
Facts.
You know?
And I think for both of you, the problem had been so long that people were just trying to give you a pass because you were doing something for the Lord, or that you were trying to do. Oh, he trying to be positive, so cut him some slack for his track being whack, or
no slack for whack.
You know what I mean? You know, and these days it's so competitive, and technology has caught up to the point there's really no excuse for
no excuse.
Whack,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. No excuse.
I got your video, D-Ray.
That you want to show this, and that's good, but it was amazing to me that this was a beat battle between African American producer from the United States and a Russian dude. And I'm not going to even tell you who won. I'm going to let you be the judge, but it was just amazing to me how this video played out.
All right. So here we go. Let's check it out.
Это то, с чего началась его музыка.
That was a crazy trip right there. Now, the first producer, I know him, Jay Black. He's on Instagram big time. And, yo, my man is always hitting it. But the other guy, I love the deceptive route that he took. You were over here, and then he just said, get over here, and just dropped it. That was fire. So
his showmanship a little better.
Yeah, and I think for like producers, we sit there and we go, he basically sampled an accordion, put it all in the right key, and had the sense of mind to play the synth like it was an accordion. You just get a 10 on creativity on that alone.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That
That's
was
crazy.
wild. That's all I can say is that was wild.
Yes,
Man.
indeed.
What I was trying to think, what video game is that? I recognize it. I just
Tetris.
can't think.
That was Tetris.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
another
knew-
question-based game. That's why.
Yeah.
that was perfect. I mean, the guy.
You guys you two brothers that make me right. And Veep, you used to. So have you noticed something about the European sound? Is there am I mistaken, or is there like a commonality in their sound? Like no matter where you're from over there, it seems like there's a commonality. It's like they like boom bap stuff.
Yeah.
And they really like going off beat for a second, come back. It seemed, I mean, that's true, right? I mean, okay, I see y'all nodding. So
Oh, you're right.
I'm gonna say, I was gonna jump in. I want to get Greg's opinion before I jumped on it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say yeah.
Like,
I was gonna say more, but I mean, it really ain't much that I can say. But yeah, I've been noticing that too. I thought I was tripping at first, but yeah, because it's a guy that a long time ago, I forgot his name. It's a producer that I used to work with. I got a couple beats from him. I don't know why my mind is blank, but I did a couple of songs to his beats, and I noticed he was from over there in that area. And I noticed that some of his, a lot of his beats were sounding exactly like you were talking about. And I was like, they all, pretty much got that same type of style. I mean, every once in a while you'll hear like something different from a different producer, but for the most part, they all got that pretty much same style that you was talking about. So yeah, I'm noticing that too.
What's crazy? It's like it really parallels to what happened in the 50s. Just to let's take you back. You have blues artists like Muddy Waters, like Ike Turner, like Bo Diddley. A lot of these blues artists and early rock and roll artists, that music goes overseas. Those creatives hear it, internalize it, and then when they come back out, now you got the Beatles and you got the Rolling Stones, right? It sounds very, very similar to what they heard, but it's with their culture mixed into it.
Right.
And so essentially, if you break down the Beatles, Rolling Stones, and anybody in the British invasion, it's really blues.
Yeah.
It's really blues. There's really blues chords. The same thing today where these hip hop producers and these creatives, they hear Premier, Jay Dilla, Timbaland, right? A lot of with the 32nd and 64th notes, and a lot with the offbeat like Dilla. They hear that and mix it with their culture, and then you get the glitch.
Yeah.
You get, but it's still rhythm and it still bounces.
Yeah.
So that's what I see when I see a lot of these producers coming from places like Russia and South Korea and over in Europe. So I think it's dope.
I agree.
When you gonna make a curriculum? D?
A curriculum.
Yeah, man.
No, I you know what, Mike, you're not the first person to say that, so you never know. Yeah, you never know.
We'll talk about it.
You got
No.
you got the alphabets behind your name too, brother. So
I appreciate that. I really, really do, man. But it's funny to me, man, when you really get down to it, how hip hop has just reached these parts of the world, and not only reached them, but embedded and inspired. And if you really, really think about it, a lot of the hip hop that we know came from Europe in the beginning. A lot of producers in the early days listening to Kraftwerks.
Yep.
Where
True.
was that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, yeah.
Art of Noise.
Yeah, that electronic sound.
Exactly. Yeah.
Art of Noise was.
Yeah, I played
To the had a box to say to this day.
in my playlist.
To this
day.
Matter of
To this
fact,
day.
I'm send a particular song, and when we do our show on the basically foreign hip.
Oh yeah.
We'll rock that. We'll rock that. Like,
oh, that's a must. That's
Absolutely.
like the what do they call it? Oh well, I'll use this word. It's the catalyst of a lot of hip hop. So most definitely.
Let me ask y'all something real quick.
Sure.
Have y'all heard? I'm just now discovering it. I probably discovered it maybe, I don't know, probably about maybe 3 or 4 months ago. Have you guys heard and this goes along with going to other countries and stuff like that. Have y'all heard the R&B, like the Asian version of R&B and like Chinese version? Like, bruh, I heard something. It was a few months ago for the first time, and I heard the track. And you know what I'm saying? Like the early R&B music, you know, that you have the music that's playing, they got a good little intro or whatever before the actual artist comes on. And then when I heard the girl come on and start singing, I noticed she wasn't singing in English. And I'm like, yo, this is dope. And it's like you couldn't understand what she was saying, but you could feel what she was saying because she had soul. And I'm just like, wow. Like, this is crazy, bro.
You know, it's funny. That has happened a lot. Like, I think it was a year or so ago. And we all go through Instagram when we ain't got nothing else to do. I heard this track, and the name of the track is Intergalactic Janet, right? And I'm like, listening to it, and it sounds like Erykah Badu. It literally sounds like neo soul. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna put it in our group chat. It literally sounded like neo soul from the 90s.
Wow.
And it was this Japanese young lady. And I mean, you wouldn't believe it, you know? But I think that's an example of what happens when the seeds start to germinate. You know what I mean? And they're doing it without having to worry about image or trying to sell anything else other than the music.
Right.
That's what happens, you know, and that's why I'm always a champion of independent artists finding markets overseas. You know, unless you got that thing that you want to sell here, then that's fine, no judgment. But if you really want to get in a market where you can have your music appreciated, always find overseas markets.
Man,
that's facts.
There it is. So, for the sake of time, I'm gonna go ahead and have us jump into the main topic where we're gonna talk about Wu-Tang's final tour. But before we get that started, I made a little something. You know how I do. I made a little something that we're all gonna go to the living room TV and check out some Wu. So let's see.
I grew up on the crime.
I got two Wu stories. Number one, Wu-Tang, that Triumph song is responsible for me getting my undergraduate degree, because every time I had a final, I listened to Triumph. I'd say a prayer and put on my Wu-Tang, and it just took me somewhere. I mean, real talk. I'm like right up until the point I got to sit down and put my pen up. I'm listening to Triumph. You know what I mean? That's number one. Number two, I almost got to book them at UNC Charlotte in like the late 90s. However, I think the powers that be thought the show was going to be a little bit too blackety black. Because, I had was trying to get Wu-Tang and they were worried about security. And I said, don't worry about security. I got it covered. I'm gonna just get the fruits of Islam. Nobody does nothing with the fruits of Islam. They wouldn't let me do it.
No.
But so
Yeah.
those are my two Wu stories.
He tried.
Oh boy.
Right.
So real quick, again, we are talking about the Wu-Tang final tour. Man, salute to those guys. I wish I knew them kind of like the dang reindeer names, but I don't. I only know Method Man, Inspector Deck, RZA, Raekwon, well, ODB, rest in peace. I don't know if I said Meth.
Inspector Deck.
Inspector Deck, Ghostface, and
RZA, Gizza.
Jizza.
yeah. Like I said, I don't know them that well, but their music, that little bit, and there's still other songs I left out that were just amazing, like Ice Cream. I mean, Wu-Tang just made some crazy songs. So, I have here some fun facts that I had actually looked up. I did not know that Wu-Tang almost had their own theme park. I don't know if you guys knew about that. RZA was actually had plans to create a Wu-Tang theater park in South Korea in the early 2000s. They would have rides, attractions, and all that other good stuff inspired by Shaolin and the Wu-Tang universe. Unfortunately, the plans didn't materialize. But imagine a roller coaster named 36 Chambers of Thrill and ice or cream pies. So, So let me ask you this. Could you think of any other rap group today that could actually pull off something like this? A theme park. That's
A theme park?
A theme park.
Nah.
Well, I think Outkast probably could.
Because they're outlandish enough, yeah.
You know what I mean? I could see a Stank on You theme
Or
park.
the dungeon.
Or you know what I mean?
The dungeon.
The roller coaster called The Love Below. I could kind of see that.
Yeah.
But to your point, no, not really.
I will answer not the way that they would have if it would have came to pass.
Because real talk, I thought the roller coaster was gonna be named ODB. It's like I ain't getting on no roller coaster called Old Dirty.
Word.
You know what I mean?
I don't think one group, maybe like a bad boy theme park or a Rockefeller theme park. One group though, only them.
Greg knows exactly what I'm thinking, but we're gonna avoid the bad boy theme park.
Bad boy theme
Word.
Yeah.
That's slip and slide ride.
Watch,
that's slip and slide ride.
Moving on.
watch that kitty park. Watch the kitty park.
Word. Moving on.
Don't leave your drink nowhere.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, bars,
Fun fact number 2.
lot of bars. And I ain't talking about 16s.
Facts. Fun fact number 2. Wu-Tang created an entire secret fighting style. Wu-Tang isn't just about referencing martial arts. They created their own fictional kung fu style called Wu-Tang sword style. Even RZA has trained in martial arts, adapted the discipline of the Shaolin monk in his personal life.
Yeah.
They live in isolation for months, studying books of esoteric knowledge, chess, and ancient philosophies, which influenced the Wu-Tang sound. Now, how does Wu-Tang's dedication to knowledge separate them from other rap groups? They made it a lifestyle. That's wild. Not many can say that, especially this generation.
Yeah.
Not many can say that.
Yeah.
That's different.
Risk developed the whole. It's like it's like they developed the whole universe. Like how you have Marvel, the DC universe. These dudes had a whole system, and everybody bought it. And they just blew it up from there. It's like I think what made it so not entirely strange, what made it not like come across as weird to our culture, hip hop culture, is because all it was everything that we do in a package. Everybody loved the kung fu movie,
right?
The cartoons. We did all of the stuff that you're talking about. We actually did that, so it didn't come across as, oh, these dudes are crazy. It didn't come across that way. Because, I mean, as far as New York goes, if we doing that, I mean, he put it all together.
Yeah, and to piggyback on that, RZA's production style, because at the time it was so gritty, and he didn't really know the equipment, but he made it work. So a lot of the mistakes and a lot of the roughness of those first albums, you can hear it. They make computer plugins to do that now, to get that sound. You know what I mean? Also, kids overseas, they heard that too. So their interpretation of that ruggedness of leave a mistake in there, or you can hear the click and the thump when somebody's finger is on the pad, you know, all of that could be a reflection of what RZA did with Wu-Tang.
Yeah, and he was, I heard him say once, trying to get samples off of VCR tapes. You trying to how you do that? You had to figure out how to pull samples off of the movie from the VCR tape.
He probably recorded it from the speaker into the mic.
No, he actually would cut the tape. He actually would splice. Like back in the day when you were producing and you couldn't afford a DAT, a digital audio tape player, to get the same kind of digital bounce, you recorded your masters on VHS. So you have to know how to tape, and in some cases you may have to splice some stuff, or you may have to try to fix some stuff or put some stuff around. So yeah, I'm not surprised at that at all.
That's bugged out. It's like if it wasn't on there was no record. I mean, the soundtrack of a kung fu movie. How you get
right?
Wow. All right. So, fun fact number 3: the cream money that was used in the video was real and stolen. The legendary Cream video wasn't just using prop money. The cash you see was real, and according to RZA, it was dirty money from the streets. Some of it was supposedly snatched out of drug houses and other shady dealings. Ghostface even admitted that they had to keep an eye on each other because if you left that stack laying around, it might not be there when you get back.
They said, I forget which one it was. Somebody said, it's probably meth. It was either meth or state where the idea for Cream, where that acronym came from. They got it from one of their boys, who was always with them. And, you know, I mean, they was in the streets, man. They was slinging, and that's the dude they got that from. And no doubt, probably that money came from the same brother. So that's just what it is. That's what it was.
Hey man, any rap group that can get in a gunfight with the Delphonics, don't nothing surprise me. Absolutely nothing.
Bruh.
That's hey Greg, that story right there. It's like, yo, for real.
That's why they got the show. I still didn't see that Hulu show. I need to see that.
Gotta look for that. So
that's crazy.
Number 4 fun fact: Wu-Tang drops a PlayStation fighting game that is now a collector's item. In 1999, Wu-Tang released Wu-Tang Shaolin Style, a fighting game for the PS1 where you would battle as members of the clan, crazy martial art moves. The game was originally meant to be an ultra-violent fighter called Thrill Kill, but Sony toned it down. Today, the game is a rare collector's item among hip-hop and game heads.
Yep.
Wish I had it. I got my
Yep.
in the closet.
I remember that game too.
Yeah, absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
That's
Let's
crazy.
see here, going to the next. Hold on a sec, I got stuff going on. Okay, number 5. Wu-Tang almost had a movie starring ODB and RZA as Shaolin warriors. Wu-Tang always wanted to take their love of martial arts to Hollywood. In the late 90s, RZA wrote a script for a Wu-Tang kung fu movie with the members of the clan starring as warriors from Shaolin. ODB was set to play a wild monk character, because of course he was, but the project fell apart. However, RZA later made his dream a reality with The Man with the Iron Fist, which that movie wasn't bad. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Yeah, I like it.
It wasn't bad.
It's first like him is that's a bugged out movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if Jeru the Damager was a part of them, but that movie, that video you played yourself is all kung fu style, and he was pretty dope as far as the choreography. So I don't know if he's down. I think he's down with the Wu, but I don't know how that infrastructure.
They got a bunch of, you know, the Killer Bees and this dude I just found out about Silver Rings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this other guys that they come up under the Wu umbrella. They're like it's like they're being like Frank, RZA, and whoever else. And it's almost like a brotherhood, like a lot of other cats and groups and stuff that like come up under them. It's not like a record label thing. It's just almost like mentors. It's like I never knew they was like that.
So let me ask you: do you guys feel that hip hop and kung fu movies can make a comeback?
Comeback. I don't think they ever left.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the last hip hop kung fu movie.
Oh, you mean like
Like
a? Oh, you mean okay.
Kind of like they asked here, what if Wu-Tang had actually made their own Enter the Dragon style movie?
Dope.
That'd be nuts, right?
That would have been dope.
Dope. I mean, I honestly, I have a friend that wanted that a script for them. It was for a cartoon. But this, I mean, people are approaching these guys all kinds of projects, and they just got a big hit, or just it's a lot. Everybody want to get some cash for food, so it's like.
All right, let's see here. So here we go. Blast knows a little bit about this. The FBI actually investigated Wu-Tang Clan for murder and racketeering. And it's an inside joke about Blast knowing a little bit about this. Wu-Tang wasn't just talking street life in their rhymes. Law enforcement thought they were actually running a criminal enterprise. The FBI investigated them in the early 2000s for alleged connections to drug trafficking, murder for hire, and illegal weapons. Some members even were tied to cases involving real-life violence. While no charges stuck, this made the Wu-Tang one of the most dangerous rap groups in the eyes of the authorities. Of course.
No surprises there. Anytime that you deviate from that simplistic program and the prison pipeline, and you're actually trying to be of substance and trying to elevate a people, you're going to always be seen as a danger. So no surprises.
Yeah. That's the reality though is where a lot of brothers come, and it's not a strange that was a strange thing,
right?
I don't know about the rest of y'all. I mean, if y'all ever had any that was it, it happened. But brothers usually are trying to get into the music game to get out of the other and not stay in the other. So go ahead, man.
I think it's crazy that when you have groups like hip hop groups, a lot of the time police are trying to crack down on groups and empires. Like take that what you just said, for instance. You got Wu-Tang, they went after them or tried to go after them. And even like more current groups, you got the whole Young Thug thing that just happened not too long ago. They went after them, the whole clique that they had. Who else? I'm trying to think. It was another group that I had in mind too. They took down the whole Murder Inc. Empire. You know what I'm saying? They went after them. Like it seems like every group or every empire of hip hop artists, police and everybody is really trying to take them down. Like they don't want them. It's almost as if they don't want them to better themselves or better everybody else around them. So
that's the power. That's the power of influence, man.
True,
and that's a testament to how powerful hip hop can be, because it literally can program a generation.
Yeah, true.
It has programmed.
Facts.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So, fun fact number 7. So this one says Wu-Tang's secret album, Once Upon a Time in Shaolin. Wu-Tang pulled one of the boldest moves in music history when they created Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, a one-of-a-kind album that has never been released to the public. Instead, they sold it to the highest bidder. Farmer Bro Martin, is it Sharkrili? The dude who became infamous for jacking up drug prices. After his arrest, the U.S. government seized the album, making it the only hip-hop album ever held by the feds. It was later sold again to a NFT collective.
Yep.
Wow.
They didn't even know all the details of how that sale was going to happen. I saw an interview with Meth, and he was talking about how at first it was just like a compilation, basically explaining it, and then it started. The idea morphed to something else by I don't know who these other people were that approached them to do the project. And then all of a sudden,
Sauce Beats, how you doing, brother?
Yo, and then it ultimately became an art piece. I wanted to make it a super high collectible and just make huge special project and basically auction it off. And it was like he was like, well, whatever. Hey, and then the thing about the not piece for 8, that was to him, that was like, that's ridiculous. Why we do, he didn't want that. So people kept asking all the different members of Wu about all this other stuff, and they couldn't even really give no clear answers because they wasn't really down with that. But he was like, after a while.
Thank you, Sauce. We appreciate you.
Yeah, dope. After a while, Meth was like, man, F that rap. Back then, he got tired of hearing about it. So, and then the thing happened with Skrelly, buying dude was shady, and
but from what I remember about when that whole thing came out, it actually had a list of rules.
Yeah.
That once you entered into ownership, you had to abide by these rules. Like it couldn't be. How did it put it? If it was stolen, whoever stole it could keep it, but under these conditions. And I mean, it
Like
was
what?
just weird.
Yeah, it's like what we doing?
But I will say this: it was also a dig at the onset of the music industry, where streaming has started to take off, and you had less music sales. And so, in that one interaction, they made a point that that one sale could equal going, selling 1 million on like a streaming platform or whatever.
Yeah.
So I
He
think he was really trying to make a point with that. And then your boy, Drug Boy, just kind of blew it out of proportion after that. But yeah.
Yeah, I mentioned that too. He had mentioned that sales, like hard record sales, were going out the door. So that in itself is a big part of it. It's I wish I
So, real quick before we go on further, I had to play this DJ. I will acknowledge both of these people, but y'all need to check my guy out right here. Good looking out, Sauce, man. I appreciate you, bro. Check this out right here.
Here we go. Another alien. What's wrong with this guy, yo? What's wrong with him? Here comes the best part. All right, I'm going home.
Yo, what they call that, man? I forgot what you call that.
Shoot, that's just
There's a name for that. Oh man, I don't remember. There's
Yes,
a
sir.
that fader trick.
Oh, I don't. That one I don't know. That was new to me.
Yeah. But I will say this: we were just talking about how hip hop can influence and basically program, and all of us, whenever we hear that,
Get zombie.
yeah, it's like a part of you is like, I want to go throw a chair at somebody, especially if you grew up during that time. This is like, so yeah.
Me, well, we get old. At least I'm acknowledging. Right. I still remember the first time and how I felt when it was a white dude in a Buick Regal blasting Slick Rick. He was blasting "Treat Her Like a Prostitute."
Oh, jeez.
My homeboy, another story. I gotta get my man on the pod. But
Transform.
we was in a white neighborhood. We was in a white neighborhood going to the movie. We was going to the movie, and this dude drove past looking for a parking space, and he was booming, "Treat him like a prostitute." And we looked at each other like, what? Couldn't believe it. Was booming just like we was. And that did something to me. I'm like, this is really, everybody really
Facts.
not just us. So when you see this dude, and okay, I'm stop. I got too many stories about stuff like that. But when a guy dude like, it's just like killing the skill of the DJ. It's like it still does something. It's like flag. Like, it really is real. I mean, it really is real.
Facts.
The world The world loves this thing. Really, really loves it.
Yes, indeed.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah, that scratching technique was transformed. That's what it was, Mike. He was transforming.
That's not the
That's
trick
not
with the trick with the fingers. We know. I mean, I used to transform. It's the thing that they do with the fingers with the face. I forget the name of it. I'll look it up. I'll bring it back to you.
All right. So
Yeah.
do you guys know by any chance the schedule for Wu-Tang's final tour? Does anybody know? They're going overseas, I'm assuming, right?
They got to.
Yeah.
They got to.
Yeah. Because I know like Japan and France and all them, UK, they're gonna make a that's just going to go get a paycheck. That's all that is, man. They're just getting a big old paycheck.
So cool. That's
They actually, from what I see, June 6th, they'll be in Baltimore. They're coming to Raleigh, North Carolina. They'll be in Tampa June 10th. So they are starting in the United States, and then they got one Canada at the end of June. And yeah, most of this looks like it's going to be North America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, they about to get paid.
That's where the bread at. That's where
So that means people flying in.
This is the final. Probably so.
Yeah.
Oh man. So, fellas, that right there was a pretty chock full show, man. Thank you, Greg, for definitely hanging out with us, man. I appreciate it. As a matter of fact, Greg, before we head out, tell the people whatever you'd like to share before we head out. Just let them know what's up.
Yeah, man. You can follow me on social media, man. Gregory Luster Music. That's on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok too. And yeah, man, just keep up to date with all the music that's going to be coming up pretty soon. So definitely check it out.
No doubt. And to give my girl Sharita some love, apparently she's still working, tied up, or whatever. But if in case you're looking for some music, she is the one you can search for Esoterica Entertainment or ESOENTNC at gmail.com. You can reach out to her there. And this track is called Manifesto. I'm going to let it ride a little bit more so y'all can just hear a little bit more. That song is so fire. Sharita put a big toe in that one, boy. I'm telling you, she did a great job. All right, Mike Precise, what would you like to say before we head out, brother?
I wish we would have had more time to talk about FM.
We'll try to set something for that next week, or we'll see what's up. That's a big deal.
Look into that, Greg. Look into that, Greg.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
All right. D-Ray, what would you like to share before we head out, bro?
Dope podcast, Greg. As always, man. Like having you on the podcast. Mike, it's always good hearing from you. Everybody, thanks for your support. Thanks for rocking with us. And I would encourage you guys to go and find some hip hop. Don't just listen to what's on the radio. Don't just listen to what's popular. Go do a little crate digging.
Yeah.
You know, and you're bound to find something, and you're bound to get in where you fit in. So have a good one.
And also, if you have any comments or suggestions, we're always open to hear some new ideas. You can email us at feedback at blastmusic247.com. Trust and believe we will respond to you, and we appreciate all of you who took the time to come hang out with us. Definitely come next week. Make sure you bring a friend. If you didn't already, please subscribe to the channel, and also, like the show, man. We appreciate that. That helps us out. The algorithm and all that other funky stuff. Let me see you here. No doubt, Sauce. Real hip hop. Facts. So, everybody, listen. We want you to be safe out there. It's a crazy world. Make sure you tell your family and your friends that you love them, man. Don't let pride get in the way from that, man. Life is way too short. And just like Rakim says, it ain't where you're from, it's where you're at. So always keep it at the center. We love y'all. Y'all be safe, and we'll see y'all next week, all right? Peace.
They used to jam in the center.